either strike fear into the other people and then also keep the momentum going with the soldiers and warriors as it's going. You kind of get that drive going and you get the beat, and I feel that's metal. The very bottom of the writing process will either start with Dan or Alex.
Sometimes Dan has sent me drums for the beginning of a song.
There's times where I'll have an idea of where I want a certain song to start and go, and maybe I might give Alex 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes of a song.
And then maybe I want to do some low notes on the kicks and then hit these high notes on the snare. Or maybe I don't want to follow them and I just want to do something super weird.
That creates a backbone. Now we have some things to go off of there. Alex can either riff off that and get some ideas, otherwise, other way around, Alex has some riffs and he can feel off that and then complement with the drums.
And that's cool, it's kind of like a template I can go off of. And I'll sit there and I'll slow it down, I'll listen to it over and over and over, I'll learn every hit he's doing.
The speed that they write things at, so how slowed down it is to eventually get it to a point where it's going to be as fast as it is kind of fascinating.
In this band, I'm actually composing drum parts, whether it's behind my kit, actually writing chunks of a song, or programming things and then learning them.
Writing riffs that I can't even play at the time, and then I can make sure I can work up to and practice up to.
What the fuck are we doing to ourselves? Like, how are we going to be able to play this consistently, But that's the idea with them pushing themselves as musicians.
I'm going to try to take on more of the writing. We'll see if I can catch up to them.
Someone has an idea while we're at practice. Let's try it out, why not? Because if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it sounds cool, it sounds cool.
New guys in the band would have input. Old guys in the band would be totally open to that input. And it gets you over those humps.
If I do write something, I want to leave it open for Alex to interpret too, just like Dan does.
But usually it's always, I'm giving him a blank slate, more or less.
I'll just sit there and I'll play some different notes and I'll just kind of let my brain play some notes until I kind of start hearing a melody I like. I really try to latch on to melodies.
The way that he writes music is just so unique.
Try not to write riffs that can be replaced in other songs too. I want to. You hear part of a song is that song.
It's like a spastic symphony. It's very cool.
Dan will think of a fill differently. Roman will think of arrangement differently. The same with Alex, or we'll be on the same page. So it's really just kind of cool how it kind of comes together.
So we really do feed off of each other really, really well. It's really weird, and I don't know how to explain it sometimes, but luckily we have a chemistry.
Also, I guess it's the same way that Roman and I work in an engineering aspect.
Tracking and editing our own music, for me, it's very beneficial, because I know when I did a bad take, if I'm playing it, I don't have to go back and listen to it. I just do it again, and I can move along quicker by myself.
I think that it makes sense that they're the ones doing it. They know it, they understand it, they're so dedicated to it. I was not surprised at all that was their approach.
That's kind of the beauty of what engineering and putting our album together ourselves, is that from the very root of it all, we can stay true to our vision from the very beginning.
The drums were tracked at a place called the Terrarium, which is a really well-known studio around the Twin Cities.
We just went and spent a lot of money to rent a really nice drum room and use a really nice Neve console in a really nice studio to then record our drums.
We only had so much time. We only had 3 days of tracking time.
And I think that's a big key on this album, is that we use real drums, and I feel that's not really a staple in this kind of genre anymore.
Really, in 3 days, he was able to record the whole fucking record, man. It was sweet.
Stephen Roman engineered all the drum stuff on the record. The drums sound great. They sound amazing. We're not going to have to sound replace your kit. The rest of it was tracked in our own studio.
Basically recorded most of my own guitars on this record. We did essentially everything ourselves, and other than the mix and the master we sent to Zach Oren at Castle Ultimate Studios.
For me, I don't see me ever not tracking myself.
to the people that don't know them as people, I can attest to them that that's absolutely them playing.